right. I think we're all mostly here now. So let's get started on our second same-sex marriage preparatory class. Where's your fiancé?
He couldn't make it.
He couldn't make it last week.
I'm taking notes.
Here are this week's handouts. Would you pass that around, please? Some of you are going to have to share, since the copy machine went plots while I was trying to get the copies made. Today's handout and class are on commitment. Last week, you'll recall, we discussed our expectations for our marriages. And I noticed about half the class did not return. And that is what the first class is for. Weeding them out who should not be getting married in the first place. Now, I would like to start this week, like I did last week, with the song, or a part of a song. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends loose for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I walk the line. What does that mean, I walk the line?
You don't stray.
Yes, you do not stray. You do not look at other people with lust in your heart. But Linda, doesn't that get old, you ask? Last week, one of you ladies brought up something you called lesbian bed death. So, how do we keep the bed alive? The answer is not by bringing someone else into the bed. What makes the love light dim? I can tell you 3 things. Drinking, drugs, and unappreciation. Let's start with drinking. Now, for you lesbians, it might be beer. I know from personal experience with my ex-husband, the 3rd beer is a bed death sentence. And let me tell you something. The drug ecstasy will not make you ecstatic in the bed. Look at it this way. Ecstasy will make an X of Stacy. And Stacy could be a man's or a woman's name here. Yes, Jim.
It's actually crystal meth.
I'm sorry, Crystal. I don't have all of your names straight yet. Did you want to ask something? Let's talk about unappreciation. If we feel like a gorgeous stud or a sexy lady, we are going to want to have marital relations. Come on, let's go. I can hardly wait. If we feel like we are God's gift to our lover in bed, and by the way, we are going to want to spend all our time in the bed. Now, some of you men said you would like to have an open relationship. Let me show you something. Here is your relationship. And what does a relationship float on? It is the appreciation. Now, what happens when we open a ship? Let's put an opening in this ship right here in the hull. There. Isn't that exciting? Don't we love it? Let me tell you something, people. That ship will sink. The ship will sink because you are appreciating someone else's ocean. Now, I have done some research into where gays and lesbians are most likely to get into trouble. So, for married lesbians, I would avoid ball fields, bookstores, and cat shelters. For married gay men, I would avoid, this is a good time to take notes, I would avoid health clubs, nightclubs, rodeos, and restaurants with outdoor seating, and conventions, and department stores, boats, even small watercraft, airports, public parks, ski lifts, construction sites, food courts, the RMV, any kind of waiting room, open houses, libraries, concerts in the park, Olympics, circuses, bake sales, cleaners, classrooms, office buildings, and city streets. If you must drive into the city, for heaven's sakes, keep your windows rolled up. Any questions? No? Have a good week, everybody.